Hello friends, welcome to Laptex. My name is Nasir and today we are going to demonstrate you a problematic motherboard where the controller IO is faulty, and we will get to know that how to find that your controller is faulty or what is the shorting place. Both thing we will learn together. The process of programming controller IO, and you will get to know that how can we find out shorting in a motherboard. So two things together we are going to learn by my demonstration. Now let's come and see. This is the HP 15 model, and the part number is LA-A992P, and it seems that the water spill on this board, the water marking the corrosion area is very much appear on the board, and someone has also tried to clean the controller IO area. So I have suspicion that there is the controller IO faulty. So now let me inject the DC power supply into the motherboard and we will try to find out what is the problem in the motherboard. Now let's come and inject. So as soon as I inject, you see something, it is not taking any load and nor the light is appear on the DC jack. So this is the situation here. So nothing is happening on this point. So now let's come and first open the heatsink. So if you get the dead case like this, you just don't have to jump on the controller IO. First of all, you have to find out that what is the root cause of the problem. Now you can say that it is the hash, it comes with the Hashwell and Broadwell processor 4th and 5th generation, and this is the location of 3.3 and 5 volt regulator, and the name of the IC is 8A is equal to, that is the RT. The name of the IC is this is the coding only, and the name, actual name of the IC is 8243, that is that comes from the RT company. And if you find out 8A, you will not get to know anything, but if you want the data sheet of particular IC, you have to search with the name of RT8243. So now let's inject DC jack, and sometimes it takes too much load, and which is indicating me that there is something short in the motherboard. So however, let's come and find out the cold value. The first of all, you have to target on any motherboard with the 4th and 5th generation. You should always be careful with the PCH. If the PCH got faulty, you can return the motherboard, because it is not very much success to replace the IC, because as we have discussed in our theoretical class that all the VR is embedded into the processor. So sometime when we heat up on the processor, it goes it touch together all the VRs, and there could be a shorting at the time while you are heating up the processor in order to replace it. Now you can see that 80 ohm is available on the PCH VCC IO section, so we can say that it is healthy now. Now check the 3.3 and 5 later on, because you have to make a habit to checking in the 4th and 5th generation from the 1.05 volt, because if it is short, you don't waste your time, you just go and replace the motherboard if you dare, because I have replaced it many times. But what does happen after removing 3 processor, then 1 processor will get success. So if you can dare to replace 3 processor for the single motherboard, then you can take a risk, otherwise you can return it. Now you can see that the condition of S5 voltage, I am just without injecting power, I am checking on the cold. It should be the value 2.4, it is quite healthy, and I am checking the different coil, that might be 3 volt. I haven't opened the schematic as of now, just casually I am checking it. It seems that both coils are okay. Now LDO section I have to check, and if you want to check the LDO without a schematic, you just go. If it is the programmable IO, you will always find two tiny coil nearby controller IO, and that one would be the ground and the second would be 3.3 volt LDO. Now check both. So let me set it on the beep sound. So it is having a beep sound. Let me check it. So it is a 0. So it seems that it is ground section for the digital section of the IO. Now let me check the different one. So it is having the 4 ohm. It indicates me my 3.3 and 5 volt LDO is short. However, we can only say that our LDO of 3.3 volt is short in this motherboard. So do one thing, you have to very easily you can find out if you know the concept as we have described you each and everything in the theoretical section. If you haven't seen that video, you go back and see first, because these are the only practical which will help you to diagnose very quickly. Otherwise this types of problem you will find out so many signals and you will skip this particular major part of the problem. So that is why you first go with the theory. So here it is short. Now what I am going to do, I am going to inject a wire. If you receive any shorting, first of all you have not to inject forcibly, because if there is no problem at all and you are injecting the voltage, so that could damage the motherboard, and you should avoid to inject unnecessarily. Okay, so this is the target area, this is the problem area. Here I am going to inject some voltage additionally. Look, I am not using DC jack now. As of now I am giving the voltage on this particular point where there is a shorting. So as in the theory I have described you each and everything, what should be the value of each point of the motherboard, the major parts of the motherboard, all those area must be having a good healthy impedance. Then you can confirm that the motherboard is not having shorting. So what you have to do if you are going to check the shorting, first of all you have to set your voltage scale to 0, and as it is on, it is giving me 5.2 ampere on my power supply. Okay, as soon as I will on, you will see that it will indicate you a 0. If it is taking load, then it will appear on the ampere scale. I will gradually increase my voltage scale, and you can see, observe here, the ampere is going up just because there is the something which is short, and that electron area is looking for the holes, and all the electrons is reaching on the particular point where there is a shorting. So this is happening in the motherboard. So in this way you can find out. If you are scared to touch, or if you are scared to get your finger burned, you just do one thing. This is the temperature of the environment. This is the normal temperature, 32 degrees Celsius. And now let me reach to the IO. Now you can see that IO is heating up some 38 degrees Celsius. Now let me check also 3.3 and 5 volt regulator. It is also normal 33 degrees Celsius. And major parts I am checking only. This is the RAM area, and also let me check the PCH regulator. So each and everything is fine, but my SIO chip is shorted, so it is getting too much heat. Now what I will do, I am going to remove the controller IO from the motherboard. 3.3 LDO is released by 3.3 and 5 volt regulator, as Dildar sir has introduced you in the theoretical class. How does LDO start in the motherboard? If this area is short, not all the time you will get that your controller IO is faulty. Sometime 3.3 and 5 volt itself is faulty, sometime the nearby capacitor goes faulty, sometime RTC goes faulty, sometime the controller IO could be the reason of the LDO short. So various motherboard, various problem come with the same situation, that laptop is not turning on. So now let me remove the SIO chip from the motherboard. And also today we will learn the way of fixing the controller IO. And as we have discussed in earlier, that this is the this is the KB9012A4, and this controller is programmable. However, let me tell you one thing, as we have discussed in the theoretical class, that the controller is not programmable. There are the some area of EC section is embedded in the controller, that is the BIOS, that is the either 128 kb BIOS or 256 kb BIOS is embedded in the controller. However, it used to come along with the controller I/O. A BIOS used to come on the motherboard in previous generation, but now the electronic is developing its skill, and what they are doing, they have embedded the EC BIOS into the SIO chip. We are not going to reprogram this chip because this chip is one time programmed by the company, and only we are doing EC programming of the section of the controller I/O. Okay, so either you can program it on the holder, or you can program it, so either you can program it with the holder, with the SIO holder, or you can program it with the different motherboard. Like this is the HP motherboard, I can keep the new controller I/O on Lenovo motherboard, and I can program it for the HP, and I can use even that controller I/O. I usually do the same job as I was telling you, because all the time I do not have the data sheet of all motherboard, so I cannot configure the pins of the motherboard. So what I do, the motherboard I am having the schematic, I use that motherboard, and I program for the different motherboards, different models, and I use that controller I/O after removing it. So the process is long, but you will not stuck in a point if you don't have any help, and if you don't have any schematic. So you have to configure the pin before programming. So I will tell you today that how you can reprogram the controller I/O chip. So I am just cleaning it because I have to fix the new controller, and the BIOS area would be blank in the new controller I/O. So I can program it for HP, I can program that EC BIOS for the Lenovo, I can program whatever I am required. So here I am having the HP motherboard, I will have to program it for the HP same model. So I am having the EC BIOS also, and I have the BIOS EC programmer, because there are the different types of EC programmer comes. Now let me clean it. You observe the process of changing. Maybe you are having the different type of process, but this is our process of changing the. As you can see that at the meanwhile I am talking, something goes wrong. There is a pin which has came out. So what I will do, I will remove it from the root, and I will connect it later on. Okay, you have to only care that it should not touch any other place. So this pin is removed, and the good thing about this pin that the connection is coming from the outside. So I will make a jumper wire later on. So let's come and fix with the new one. So I have this IC, and I have to fix in the motherboard. So here this is the same part number. You have to care at the time while you are using the controller chip, or you are changing the controller chip. The thing you have to remember, the number, first number till the coding. This is called the coding. Like if it is the ENG, then you will see that A4, A3, C1, C0, D1, D2, E1, E0. This types of coding you have to match. Talk about Novotone IC. Then the first number as well as the second number, the CXA, DXA, and such thing you have to match first. Otherwise, sometime the bad consequence you will get, that battery is not charging, and sometimes you will get some different types of problem. The keyboard is not working. Many problem could be happen because the coding indicates that the right IC, not in the all models. Particularly I am talking about the SMSC chip and Novotone chip. You have to match coding first. Now what you have to do in order to fix this IC, first of all you have to fix slightly with the heat air gun, and most of the usage you have to take with the iron, soldering iron. Okay, so it is fixed on its place. Now I have to heat up it, fix on this place. What you have to do, only you have to persist all the pins on the its place, and after that you have to use the BGA paste. It plays a vital role to fix. However, I have uploaded these types of practicing video in YouTube. However, that is in Hindi, but you can watch it and you can get experience. All the time I use the same process. So now what you have to do, you have to rub it very gently. You just don't have to use lots of effort, and don't care if the pin is Here is the solder on the different pins. You just keep on doing like this way. Later on we will clean it. Okay. The soldering iron tip is something that you can have the different types of tip. This is called the knife tip, and I always use it for the use to replacing the IO and to cleaning the BGA area. So if I have to clean the BGA area, I rather prefer this knife tip. So almost it is done, but some area are together, there are lots of solder, so I have to now clean it like this way. Okay, now you see that it is perfect. Now let me clean it, and at last I have to connect a jumper wire, the pin which is missing. And if you ask for me that what I am using for cleaning, I am using, this is the ethyl acetate. However, my bottle is slightly dirty because for last 5 and 6 years I have been using the same bottle. If you want to gift me, you can. So, but I am using the ethyl acetate, but if you can use the 99% alcohol. And if you do not get alcohol, or if you are not satisfied with the alcohol, use petrol. So that is also good for cleaning the motherboard. So now you can see that it is fixed properly. Now I am going to make a track.